So hello friends, welcome to my channel Jobonimus, and in today's video I am going to discuss with you about an opening of customer associate in the company Genpact. It is an opening where freshers as well as experienced person can apply. So in this video we are going to discuss about the eligibility criteria, job description, how you can apply for this role, and the interview rounds and the questions and answers. So be there in the video till the end if you want to apply for this position and be successful. And in case you have landed new to my channel, consider subscribing it because I make videos on job opportunities and interview preparation. So let's start this video with the first thing, which is the eligibility criteria for this role. So for this role you can be a graduate in any field. So you can apply for this role if you have completed your graduation. You should have good communication skills, analytical skills and problem solving skills. Moving on to the job description, here your role will involve to respond to customer queries and customers' concerns. You will have to handle their inbound calls as well as make outbound calls to customers and employers. Employers are basically the clients of Genpact who will be using the services and products of Genpact, which will be related to IT infrastructure. And then you have to provide support for data collection to enable recovery of the account for end user and maintain a deep understanding of client process and policies. Moving on to the interview rounds, see, the first round will be a telephonic HR interview, which is very simple round. It will be there to just test your communication skills. So very easy questions are asked in this round. I have covered these questions in the video. You can have a look at it. And if you clear that, then the round 2 will comprise of aptitude and typing test, which will be an online test. In the aptitude test, there will be total 45 questions, 15 questions from logical reasoning, 15 questions from quant or mathematics, and 15 for verbal reasoning. So I have given a link below. There is a PDF booklet. All these type of questions, 45 questions are attached in it. So it is a kind of mock test. You can do that. And typing test will be pretty simple, where you will be given a paragraph and you will have to just type it, so your typing speed per minute will be checked. And once you clear that, you will move on to the last round, which is the manager or the operations round, which will be most likely a video call. There they will ask you some behavior based questions which will be a bit tricky to answer, but I have covered that in the video. So watch this video till the end so that you can understand about these rounds. So moving on to the job details, the salary can range from 2.5 to even 4.5 lakhs per annum. So this is quite high for a customer associate role if you get 4.5 lakhs per annum. But for getting 4.5 lakhs per annum, you should have some sort of experience. Freshers can get maximum of 3.5 lakhs per annum, and the location will be currently work from home, but later you will have to join their Hyderabad or Gurgaon office. So whichever location you can join, you can apply for it. I have given the link in the description box. Now moving on to the interview rounds and the interview questions. So first of all, there will be a telephonic HR round. There they can ask you about, first of all, about yourself. So since it is quite a friendly round, just to gauge your communication skills, you can talk about your family background, your education background, and your interests and hobbies if this question is asked. Next, they can ask you why Genpact. So you can say some good things about Genpact. So in terms of employee satisfaction, it has been rated in top 50 companies of the world. And since it is an MNC, you can interact with people from different cultures. A lot of good people are working there, so there will be a good learning environment, and their management is also supportive. So these are few good points about Genpact that you can highlight. Next, they can ask you why you want to join this role. So here the tip will be to tell your strength that you have related to this role. So this role requires good communication skills, so you can tell your strengths related to that. As an example, you can tell if you have participated in any debate competition or something like that where you have displayed your communication skills. And next is critical thinking. They have clearly written in JD that they want a candidate to have good critical thinking. So what basically means is, critical thinking means is that you can think about a problem and make a sound judgment about it, and then recommend solution based on that problem. So you can give an example where you have demonstrated this skill. If you are a fresher, you can give an example of your college, and if you are an employee, you can give an example of your previous experience. As an example, you can say, I analyzed a friend's reason for going into depression. He was not talking to me, so I uh, went to his house and came to know that he has gone under depression, and you analyzed why he has gone into that, and then you recommended some steps for him to get out of it. So something like that you can say. Next, they can ask you about your weakness. So I have covered this question earlier also. So you have to tell about a harmless weakness that does not ever adversely affect your chances of getting selected for this role. And then you have to say that you are making efforts to improve it. So you can say that I am very soft by nature, that's why I easily believe on others. I always try to help others without understanding whether that will be good or bad for me. So this is a harmless weakness for this role, and this role would require you to help your clients and customers. So this weakness can be considered good only. Now moving on to the managerial or the operations round, where they can ask you some questions related to this role and your previous experience. So most common questions I have covered that they ask in this round. So first of all, they can ask, how do you imagine your typical day in work? So why they ask this question? To understand whether you actually have understood about this role or not. So here the tip is that read job description to understand what the role is. Be enthusiastic to show that you are genuinely interested in the role and not applying just for getting good salary. So a sample answer for this could be, I expect to be busy and have my hands full most of the day. So in the first line only you have told that you want to be busy, you want to be working all day. And then you can say, I would receive calls from customers regarding their queries and then collect information to understand their problem to solve them. I would also be required to make outbound calls to clients to understand if everything is going fine for them or not. So there you have covered this. So I have taken this from the job description only. You can read it. So next question they can ask you is, tell me about a time you failed. So this is a situation based question, and the tips is that you need to understand that they are asking this question to know how you bounce back from failure. So don't shy away from admitting failure. Everyone fails sometimes in life. Show how you dealt with failure and your learnings from failure. Use the STAR approach for this, which is situation, task, approach, and result. So I'll show you how to answer this. So a sample answer could be, first of all, you will describe the situation. So you can say that during my third year in the college, I had to present project work to the professor. It was a team project and I had three more members with me to work on the project. So this was the situation. So it is the first part of the STAR situation. S. Then you will tell about the task. So since I had good hold of that subject, our professor made me the leader of my team. I also got excited to hear that and began working on the project by myself. My team members also asked me to divide project work among them also, so that it can be completed on time. So this was the task. You were made the team leader, and now you had to redirect your whole team to complete the project, and the approach that you followed. So you can say, however, I had low confidence on them and decided to do all the work by myself. But couple of days before the project presentation date, I realized that I was lagging behind and may not be able to complete the project on time. So I decided to also give work to other team members, but since I hadn't involved them from the start, they had difficulty in understanding as to what exactly needs to be done. So this was the approach, your approach, and what the result was. As a result of that, our final project presentation was also not up to the mark, and professor also criticized the project work. So you can say that result was bad, but then the most important part, your learning. So I felt extremely disappointed, but I understood the value of teamwork and also realized that one should never become overconfident. So in the final year, when I was again involved in a project, I involved my team members right from the start of the project, and it went way better than the last time. So this way you can approach this question using the STAR method. Then later you can tell about your learning. So next question could be, describe a conflict you had with one of your former colleagues or classmates. So this is also a situation based question. So here the tip is you need to be calm, don't get carried away by emotions and say something about bad about your colleague or your classmate, because this is not the objective of the question. This is just to know how do you handle conflict. So you can even pick a situation when you were wrong, showing the interviewers that you can admit making a mistake. This will impress them even more than a story of you emerging victorious from a conflict with your superior. So here the main thing is that your attitude matters. So the approach here should be, first of all, again you will tell the situation, what was the conflict situation, then your point of view and the other member's point of view which caused the conflict, and then how the conflict was solved. So this is also divided into four parts. So first of all you can tell about situation. So as an sample answer you can say, in my previous customer service job, a new employee joined my team. Our team leader gave me the responsibility to train and check his progress. I explained to him how the work is done and also gave him the liberty to transfer customer calls to me if he is not able to understand their problem. But I quickly realized that he started transferring so many calls to me every day that it hindered my own work. So this was the conflict situation. And then your point of view. I kept quiet initially, thinking that he will learn and eventually stop transferring his calls to me, but it just kept increasing. So on one fine day, I just went to his seat and told him that he is misusing the liberty I have given him and must learn to handle difficult customers by himself. And then his point of view. It didn't go down well with him, and I could see that he was extremely upset on hearing it. So he started blaming me that he was only doing what I had told him, else he would have never transferred his calls to me. After saying that, he even left the office. Then, lastly, how did you resolve the conflict? So you can say, I also realized that perhaps I could have told the same thing to him in a more friendly way and at an isolated place like a meeting room or a cabin rather than in front of the entire office. So I called him and apologized to him for my behavior. Next day, I took him out to lunch and explained the reason for my behavior. At that time, he also admitted his mistake, and thereafter, he started handling difficult customers on his own. So this is the approach that you have followed, and you have here shown that you admitted your mistake and corrected it, and the conflict was resolved. So next is, how do you work under pressure? So here the tip is, show how you use stress as a motivator. So company wants to know how you can work if you are under pressure, and then you can say how you use your time management skills when you are under pressure, and then quote a real life example. So a sample answer for this could be, over the course of my career, I have learned to thrive while working under pressure. When I begin to feel stressed at work, use a few strategies to help me stay focused. First, I learn to accept the situation. If I have a pressing deadline, I work to prioritize my most important tasks and get my work done. I find that being adaptable helps me handle pressure quite well. Another strategy I use is finding a positive mindset. I try to reframe every challenge as an opportunity. This helps me stay motivated and excited to try more difficult tasks. And then you can quote it an example. As an example, during my final semester in college, I had to attend three exams on the same day, as I couldn't clear two subjects of the earlier semester due to health issues. But I took it as a challenge, used my time management skills by dividing each day into three working blocks of 4 hours each, concentrating on all these subjects, which eventually helped me to clear all the exams in one go. So, this is the way you can handle this question. So friends, this was about this video. I have covered almost all the parts of the interview in the video. So if you are interested, you can feel confident and apply to this position by going to the link in the description box. And if this video has been useful to you in any way, please like this video, because it takes a lot of effort from my side to make videos with such details. And please do subscribe to my channel to get more videos in future. And I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.